Hi guys, welcome to another episode of number 7. It's been a tough weekend for everyone, and I think we'll start with the title race. Samir, what happened at Anfield this afternoon?
It was a great game, first of all. Liverpool winning 3-2, got my prediction wrong. I said it would be a draw. Liverpool edging it thanks to Company, their best defender, making horrendous mistakes, slicing a clearance, and Coutinho easily slotting in. But to be honest, it was a great game, man. Really good. I didn't know. Sometimes with these games, you can expect something a bit poor, but it was a really good game. First half was Liverpool started off on fire, man. Like Coutinho and Sterling was finding so much space in the middle. I don't think it helped that Yaya Toure got injured as well. I'm not sure quite how bad his injury is because there's only 4 games left, so potentially he's out for the rest of the season. But yeah, Sterling continuing the first half running rings around them, man. 2 goals, Skirtle got a goal as well from the header, went 2-0 up. It was a
So,
good start.
do you think that's the title done and dusted now, or do you think there's still more to come?
Potentially, man. I think it will be potentially finished. I think it will go down to the Chelsea game still because I believe Liverpool got Norwich, Chelsea, I believe, and they got Palace, then they got Newcastle in the end. So I think Chelsea still got something to say about this title race, especially after winning today again, 1-0, thanks to Demba Ba. So I don't think it's over, but it's Liverpool's to lose now, I'd say that. I'll go that far.
Okay. Well, I can see that dirty badge on your cap. And I think we might talk about the FA Cup now because you won a game, I believe. Did you win a game? You did, didn't you?
Of
So we'll
course it
go. We'll
is.
go to. We'll go to Julian because I believe he watched it. So Julian, tell me about Arsenal. Did they play well? Do they deserve to win, or Wigan unlucky?
Obviously, no, man. We made it difficult for ourselves yet again. Throughout the whole match, especially in the last 20 minutes when they scored, I was trembling. I couldn't sit down. I was pacing back and forth. I was like sitting down, standing up, walking around the house. I couldn't stand still. And Arsenal just yet again made it hard for themselves. Which,
How did they play though? That's the main thing.
um, people expected us to win comfortably, I guess, but obviously Wigan, we know how tough they are in the cup, and we had most of the possession, um, but we weren't really making any chances. Well, yeah, we were making chances, but not really clear-cut chances, and that it
Do you
didn't.
do you believe Wenger got his selection and tactics right, or is it another one of those days where he got it wrong in a big match?
I don't know. It's, yeah, I think he did get tactics right. I feel I felt that Calcium should have came on earlier. I don't know.
I don't know,
I
man.
would have.
I think I would disagree with Julian, man. I think it was a shambles, to be honest with you, man.
I know. I mean,
How
no.
can we be drawing against Wigan? That's in the Championship, first of all. Wigan didn't create many chances. They closed us down really well. It's just Arsenal just seem to run out of ideas. They didn't seem to be able to pass. We were creating chances, and I think Junior will agree. It just shows what you do without a great striker at the front. Because Sonoga had 3 or 4 good chances in the game throughout, and didn't
That's
stick any
true.
of them away. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we looked cracking under pressure again, and Wenger hasn't instilled the mental abilities in his Arsenal players. And yet again, we struggled, and the FA Cup final against Hull will not be easy. And I don't expect us to win it clearly.
That's a fair point. Yeah, yeah.
Do you expect to win it though?
Well, if we don't win it, then it's like a travesty, man. It's a shambles. If we can't win it against Hull, then even I don't know why Julian plays a different opinion. I want to win it with some style, as in I want to win it and we're playing well. I don't want to go, oh yeah, we won it by a penalty because Hull were destroying us and we got nicked a penalty at the end of the game. I want us to actually play well, create loads of chances, and win comfortably, potentially 3-0, 2-0. Because otherwise, I'll be obviously if we still win it by 1 goal, I'll be happy, obviously. But it just shows that maybe we got a bit lucky.
Well, they
Well,
do.
yeah.
They do have one former Tottenham player, Tom Huddleston, who left Spurs, and looks like he made a good decision because Spurs are a shambles at the moment, just like the other North London club. And what happened to Spurs, Samir?
Yeah. Once again, Spurs struggled because they have a team of individuals that seem to not be break down any teams. There are so many good quality players, but they don't seem to be the players.
Submit, don't sound too happy when you're saying this.
What can I say, man? It's a good thing a rival's demise at the moment. At least we can talk about something else, innit? When Arsenal are failing themselves and Tottenham are failing a bit more. Yeah, but the game, yeah, they struggled, man. They got a 90th minute equaliser to make it 3-3, thanks to probably their best player recently, Eriksen, who's been playing quite well, scoring a few goals as well. So I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Tottenham fans are like Tim Sherwood and stuff like that. They need to sort it out in the summer, man. They just have too many players, and they wasted a lot of their money on from the bail money on some players that are not half good. Look at Lamella, 30 million, and he's not playing. And in the newspapers yesterday, I read that they're potentially going to sell him back to Serie A for half the price. So it's not good business, man, and it's something up at the top probably potentially that's gone wrong again.
Well, they could do with looking at Dortmund, who are quite good with their money, and it was a quite good weekend for them. They beat Bayern Munich 3-0. Julian, you watched that game? How did they do?
Not very well. They had the possession yet again, but they didn't create the chances they needed to score. And yeah, they won the title. It's, they're not really on it anymore. They were focusing more on the Champions League, and Dortmund just took full advantage.
But they played a good 11, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, exactly. They played a really good 11, but they just didn't turn up. Either they didn't turn up, or Dortmund just played really well. Because they're still rivals. They were 20 points at the start of the day, and there's still pride to play for.
Do you think it was a bit of complacency from Pep and the players, as in we've won the title, there's no point really trying?
Yeah, I think so, because like I said, there's nothing to play for anymore. They've won the title.
What do you think about that in general? As in, so your team's won the title, you're still going for the Champions League. Are you happy that your team's not fighting for every game despite what the outcome is, or do you want your team to take it back?
I'll be annoyed. I say if Arsenal won the title with like 7 games to go, and we had Chelsea, we had Tottenham, and we lost 3-0 to them at home as well. At home, I would be like, especially playing such a strong 11. That's basically their starting 11. They had Ribery, Schweinsteiger, Lam. They played their first really strong 11, and to lose 3-0 at home, embarrassing.
What was the Dortmund goals like? Who scored the goals? What were they like?
I really like the goals. Mkhitaryan scored after 20 minutes, and then Rice and Hoffman, especially Hoffman goal, added 2 in the second half. And Neuer as well, he had to come off injured at half time.
That could be decisive in the Champions League.
Yeah, and they got in the Champions League Real Madrid, which I think could potentially destroy Bayern Munich's defence. But getting onto La Liga, I know Sam's got really good, strong feelings at Barcelona. He loves that team. So let's go and see what he thinks of La Liga this weekend.
Oh, Barcelona have been at it again, haven't they? They've lost 1-0 away to Granada, was it, Samir?
Yes, it was 1-0.
Granada, yeah. They conceded quite early. It was a pretty good goal though.
It was.
And it was quite similar to Man United in some ways this season. When they sort of concede, there's no real urgency or desire to get back on level terms and to win the games. And they sort of looked like the dressing room is sort of got different cliques in it. And they're not behind the manager. I don't really know how they're still in the top 3 actually. I think maybe it's down to a genius of a few players, but I think in the summer they will change their manager. But then after the game, one of the defenders, Montoya, went and said their mentality is screwed up. So
yeah, it's like a shocking statement to say, especially he's not a senior player as well. He's like one of the second-rate players, and he's come out and said that about the whole team. It's like a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, well, it really represents the chaos that Tata has brought to Barcelona, and they are like Man United in another way, that they have a certain way of doing things, and it's just not working for him at Barcelona. So I do believe he will go, and maybe replace him with. It was rumored in the week that they're going to replace him with the German Klopp, which would be an excellent appointment for them.
Let me
But
ask you, and let me ask you another question about the game quickly. Considering you've seen the goal, yeah, Ronaldo's goal, yeah.
yeah, I've seen it go.
Considering that Barcelona cannot buy a player for the next transfer windows, was Pinto's efforts in the goal that was scored by Granada?
I don't know.
Become
You can sort of say that like, the keeper should do better, but then you could probably say that about the whole Barcelona defense. Like, why are they letting him shoot? Why even the instance the Granada player has had the opportunity to shoot the ball from the place that he shot it from?
yeah.
In my opinion, the whole season, Barcelona have had a non-existent defense, and I think that is what the most scariest thing is for them and their supporters, is that they can't bring in another defender. And I also think that Valdez leaving them as well, on because his contract's out, is going to leave them even more of a disaster if Pinto gets injured.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think Barcelona have been complacent with defenders in recent years, just not this season. They're playing Mascherano, who's with Liverpool played defensive midfielder, continue to play centre back, and they're playing Barta, who's a youngster. He's okay defender, of course, but he's not a well beater kind of thing. And I think for a few years Barcelona have been relying too much on their passing and attacking players, so that their defence doesn't get exposed. And maybe now it's come to fruition. Everyone's saying the defence is weak.
I mean, they should probably take a look at their rivals, Real Madrid, who won 4-0 on the weekend, and it was a really good, solid defensive display as well as a good attacking display. Di Maria showing his worth as usual. Scored an excellent goal, sort of curled it around into the far post, and then Bale got quite lucky with a goal. His performances are consistently improving, actually.
Yeah, it's quite good.
He might be saving his best for Bayern Munich. And I think when it was 3-0, they brought Morata on, who has been linked with Arsenal. He's a good young talent. Yeah, he came on and nicked himself a goal, so it was all comprehensive for Real Madrid, who now sit 3 points behind Atletico Madrid, who won 2-0 today. Nice comprehensive win for them away. I think Godin got the first goal from Juan Fran's free kick, and then Costa got the second goal. Unfortunately, though, when he was tapping in the goal, he actually hit his knee on the post and was stretchered off. So that could be a big blow to them in the long term.
Talking about Costa, actually, I read on Twitter this week. Some newspaper outlets were running with the story. Apparently, Chelsea have agreed a 50 million deal with Atletico for Costa. What do you think of that?
50.
I can't believe that. 15 million, considering
50, 50.
Oh, 50.
Yeah, 50.
Doesn't he have
That's
a 32
believable.
million?
Then that's believable.
Doesn't he have a £32 million clause on him though?
I do not have a clue the details of it, but that's what I read on Twitter. I know Twitter's not the best place for transfer rumours, of course not, but it was one of the newspaper outlets who were running the story. So, but the 50 million last time they bought a player for 50 million, we saw what happened. So I don't know. It's a big gamble, but I don't know about the ins and outs of it. But I think Mourinho's decided who he wants next season up front, though. Looks like.
Well, we'll sort of halt the transfer talk there because we're going to do an episode sort of next week on potential ins and outs of the top clubs around the world.
I think definitely. I think that wraps it up for this episode. There's a few games on Tuesday, isn't there? And so we'll probably do an episode there. I know Arsenal against West Ham. Do you know United are playing, Sam?
No, they're not playing till the 20th of April. They're going to play away at Everton.
Oh man, it's been a boring few weeks for you, man.
I know.
Also, Julian, you wrote a new article. If you want to tell the audience about it quickly.
Yeah, I wrote an article in Southampton. Are they a force to be reckoned with? And do they have the best youth system in the country? So check it out. We'll leave a link below.
Yeah, I definitely will. And all our links are below, as in our personal Twitters and Instagrams, Facebook, all that good stuff. And also, guys, if you have any feedback or have any comments on what we mentioned today, please leave them down below as well. But for now, we'll see you later.